Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at how to find great keywords. So in this lesson we can look at the different ways to find great keywords for your YouTube channel and how to use a variety of tools to find keywords easily. Find great keywords, to get some ideas, to develop keyword ideas, to get long tail keywords, mid tail keywords, etc. So first things first, how to find keywords. Basically, you want to use a variety of different tools that are available, and they're all pretty much available for free because YouTube and Google want you to bring them traffic. So they provide us with a lot of free tools that we can use to find great keywords, to find our audience, to find people who want to watch our videos. First things first, we have the YouTube search bar. So let me jump over to YouTube and we can see exactly what I mean by that. This bar at the top here, search, is a very powerful tool because these are, when you start typing in here, it autofills to search terms that popular search terms that people are actually looking for on YouTube. So let me type in here something like camera tips, and as you can see now, camera tips comes in, and then we've got Galaxy S10, so smartphone tips, S10 Plus, camera tips and tricks. So if we're looking for a mid-tail keyword, we can go for camera tips and tricks, or camera tips for beginners. So let's go and click on that one. And now we've got a variety of camera tip videos here that appear. And we can go and look at the TubeBuddy Search Explorer here to see what score this gives us. And yeah, there's a good amount of search volume, they say, but there's a large amount of competition. So although the keyword is searched very often, it is bad to target because it's extremely competitive and hard to rank for. You'll see I have vidIQ up here as well. Both of these are free extensions. I'll have links in the description. Both of these are free extensions. I like to use the Search Explorer's keyword score because for me it's a bit more accurate than vidIQ's. So we can see now we've got a lot of competition, so we may want to look for a longer tail keyword here if we don't have that large of a channel in order to compete against these larger YouTubers. As you can see here, this is the vidIQ extension here that's telling me how many subscribers each of these videos channels these creators have. So 600,000, 190, 130, and they're getting the representative amount of views. They also have some videos that are quite old, so they've had their time to build up their video performance and start ranking for these keywords. But back onto the keyword tool, the YouTube search bar. Now that we're here at the camera tips for beginners, we've typed this in, we've got our search results. We can click here and then it'll give us some related search queries. So we click there, and now we've got beginner photography camera, how to use a camera photography, aperture tutorial. Okay, we don't have that many options here, so let's bring this back to camera tips. And now we have some more options here. But let's do that again and let's click over here on camera tips and see what they give us. So that's autofill. Oops, let's not click that. Let's just, come on. Sometimes it messes you around a bit. Just wait for that to load. Click it in, and this is not working. And it's strange. Very strange indeed. Let me just go back to the beginning. Let's type in camera tips. Wait for everything to load. May have too many extensions here for this to work properly, and let's try that again, and there we go. So normally you just click here and then the related search terms will appear at the bottom, like I showed you previously with the camera tips for beginners. So camera tips, we've got photography tips for beginners. This could be a nice mid-tail keyword to go for. How to be a photographer with a phone, beginner photography camera, photography composition, photography tips, DSLR. Let's go with photography composition, because this could be a lesson that you would give if you were trying to make camera tips. So we'd type in that, and then we'd look for okay, so we've got the suggestions here with the rule of thirds, advanced, and then composite photography, just a swap around and a bit of a change of the word. But what we can do now is just hit the space bar, and then we can try and see what the auto complete gives us here. So techniques, advanced, exercises for beginners, and then we can click on one of these. Let's go with this, tutorials for beginners. Let's see what our keyword score gives us here. And this one has got a low amount of competition. It's got a decent amount of search volume, so we could rank well for this. So with these two boxes here, you want to make sure at least one of them is in the orange to green, and the other one must be at least yellow to green. So that could either be at the bottom of the competition, so it could be have a decent amount of competition, but then you need to have a large amount of search volume. So the further up these are towards green, the better your chance are at ranking. And then you've also got a score here. So the higher the score, obviously that means the better your chance of ranking. Now these are unweighted. What that just means is it's not related to how many views you have on your channel, or how many subscribers you have, or what your niche is, what your specific channel niche is. Okay, now that is pretty much how you could use this YouTube search bar. What we can do is we can type in something else. Let's go for work from home. Let's say you have a channel. There's a lot of music options that come in this, so let's just type in something like working from home. If you've got a channel about working from home, or you've got a channel about nomadic lifestyle, or making money online, or something to that regard, then working from home could be a search term or a topic that you would make videos on. So we'd start from working from home and look for some keywords with the results that we get there. So work from home tips, work from home music. So we've still got working remotely tips. So remotely could be a decent way to go. Well, let's go working at home. Work at home. There we go. So now we've got work at home jobs. Work at home jobs, legitimate online. Work at home business ideas. So let's type in work at home and then see what the suggestions we get when we click here. Work. So this Fifth Harmony song is really taking up the YouTube searches, so we'll try and give in something more specific to the business ideas. Now we've got your online business ideas in the Philippines, online business ideas 2019. Home business ideas, so we've got a lot of specific languages there. Home business machine, home jobs 2017, so that's a bit outdated. Home-based food business. Let's go with online business ideas 2019. And now we can look at some other options. Online business marketing, business ideas at home. And let's look at what the score gives us here. Online business ideas 2019. So the competition is quite high. Search volume is good, but the competition is too high, so we're not going to go for that. What we can do is click on one of these videos and see if they have any other keywords from them. So this is not quite the search bar, but we can have a look. This is again the TubeBuddy extension. We can see what type of tags the specific video has included. So this is the free extension that shows you all of this. I have this on my free account currently. I've got the paid version as well, but I shall be giving a video on the paid version, the benefits of using the paid version as well. But the free version has a lot of features and it's quite powerful for most people. So here we have some business opportunities, online business ideas, create new ideas, thinking ideas, marketing skills. So make money online. We can click one of these and it'll take us to YouTube search results then. Or to the keyword explorer, sorry. But let's just copy that. Let's just copy that into the YouTube search bar first. Make money online. Okay, so now we've got some options here. When we click on this, how to make money online GTA. So that's in the game. How to make passive income. How to make a passive income. So that could also be another search term that we target. So let's see what else it says here. How to make money fast. How to make money 2019. How to make money online free. In Germany for beginners, worldwide, as a teenager, tips. So we've got a lot of keywords here that we've gone through now. So I've spent approximately 6 or 7 minutes now on YouTube search bar, and I've gotten at least 10 good keywords that we could look into targeting for videos later on. What I would also recommend is that you have a notepad or something open, either on your computer or pen and paper. I like to use the old pen and paper method because I seem to always lose my documents on my computer. Just have a document open where you can write down these keywords as you go. It's good to just follow the rabbit hole a bit before you start looking into things. So right now we've got make money online fast. As you can see, we've gotten not that far away from working from home, but we've changed pretty much all of the words that we were using there. All of those basic keywords that we were using, we've changed them entirely. So now we may lose track of the other keywords that we did find previously. So just keep a note of them, write them down, and then afterwards you can go back and check up how they may perform and if they're worthwhile going after. All right, so that's YouTube. Let's go back to the next option, and that is Google's autofill and related searches. So this is very similar to YouTube in that all that we're doing is we're allowing Google to tell us what are people looking for. So let's say we have some options here, like let's say our channel is a mountain biking channel. A mountain biking channel, and we are not sure on what type of video we want to create. We know about the content that we create, mountain biking. So let's type in mountain biking, and now we get some options thrown in at the bottom here. What I would also recommend before we get started is to go to your settings in Google, go to search settings, and then you want to change your region settings here to if your current region where you're in is your target audience. If your main audience is in your current region, then you can leave it on current region. Otherwise, you'd want to select that region where your target audience is from the options here. So that would be the United States currently, I would say. I'm currently in Germany, so my English videos would not convert as well in German or in Germany. So I would target United States because Google will also give me then options or relate terms and searches and suggestions in English. Whereas if I left it in Germany, in the current region, my options, let me just go back to Google and show you mountain biking. If we scroll down to the bottom here, some searches we have here in Bavaria, so that's a region in Germany. Daniel Michael mountain biking in Germany. So these are giving me some suggestions based on where I am. And it's the same thing here. If I go in here, mountain biking in Germany, these are the same options that appeared at the bottom here. So let's go into the settings and let's change that to United States. And then we can save that. And now you can see our search results have changed a bit, but we're targeting specifically now the United States. So Google will give us results for the United States. Let's just go down and you can see those German options are now gone. So if we've got a channel now on mountain biking, we can use the search bar to get some ideas. So first things first, we can just click here and we've got the suggestions. And already we have a few ideas. So mountain biking equipment, you can make a video targeting on mountain biking equipment, downhill mountain biking gear, history of mountain biking if your audience is interested in that, and some of the best mountain bike brands perhaps, or how to purchase a mountain bike, pricing, how to find the best price for mountain bikes. These are all some options that we have here. What we can also do is then just type and then see what else comes in. So the autofill is suggesting trails, mountain biking trails. We can go for some of the best mountain biking trails in XYZ, in Germany, in Bavaria, they suggested just now. In the United States, in whichever state you're in, near whichever city, or popular search terms that you could think of then. So mountain biking trails in XYZ. And then we've got mountain biking shoes. You can do a review on a certain pair of mountain biking shoes, the best mountain biking shoes, and then you can tell your audience why they are, why you think they're the best. Mountain biking shorts, exact same thing. Mountain biking gear, here we can go over a lot of different things, like helmets, cleaning supplies, bags even. The options are endless. And equipment, gloves, helmets, all of these are different options that we can go with. What we can also do here is, let me just go back to our related searches here. Let me just go scroll down. Google's a little bit easier to go to the related searches. Downhill mountain biking, that was quite interesting. So that's a more specific, that's a sub niche of mountain biking. So we can click that and we can look into some more things that we can look into here. So we've got a video bar here, so we could target this as well, because we could rank then for these videos to appear on Google. And we can then look at the options here. Downhill mountain bike game. No, that's not the best, but let's go with downward mountain biking gear. So same thing, like just the mountain biking gear. We've got downhill mountain biking Arizona, New York, Colorado. We can do here trails. Then we can get some options here. Downhill mountain bike trails. So let's maybe change this to downhill mountain bike and see what it gives us. So downhill mountain bike trails, downhill mountain bike racing, frame, forks, cheap. There's a variety of different options here that we can then target or create videos around. You can go type with your tips. So we've got mountain bike technique, which would be a bit of a better search term. It's more specific to what people may be looking for. Let's go downhill mountain biking for beginners. And now we've got your beginner downhill mountain bike trails, mountain bike fitness for beginners, should I start mountain biking, beginner mountain bike trails, mountain bike tips and techniques, how hard is mountain biking. There's so many options here, so we've got a variety of great search keywords here, long tail keywords and mid tail keywords that we can then look up and make videos around. And that's just by following the rabbit hole here of Google and our specific search term. We want to stick quite close to our search term, so we've got downhill mountain biking now, but these terms here, mountain bike fitness, they've brought us back to our mountain biking original keyword about our target on the channel. And that is using Google to find keywords. So next up we have Google's Keyword Planner. Google's Keyword Planner is another great tool. It's a free tool. Let me just get you there. Google Keyword Planner. You want to go to Google Keyword Planner, Google Ads, and click that. And now mine's in German here. As I said, I'm in Germany. Let me just go down and change this to English. English or the United States? Let's go United States. Now, if you don't have an account already, what you want to do is set up one. I think I'm already signed in here, so they're only offering me the sign in option. Or yeah, we can go to Keyword Planner, and then if you don't have an account, it'll prompt you to set one up. But if you do have one, you can just sign in and it'll take you directly there. And here we are. As I said, it's a free tool. I don't even have my payment information connected here right now because I don't use Google Ads as of right now. When you do sign up for Google Ads, if you don't have an account already, it may prompt you to put in a payment plan, and set up your first campaign. just follow ahead that stuff and then pause that campaign as soon as you start. That way you won't pay anything. So let me just show you what I mean by that. Let me just go into the Google Ads before I get back there. Here we've got the overview, where I am. Let's go to campaigns here. I've got one open, and as you can see, that's paused. So you just want to go to your campaigns, go here, and make sure that that campaign is paused. You can set your budget to something low when you're starting it off anyway, in case you forget about that for the first day, but just head straight into your campaign, pause it, and you won't have any expenditure from Google Ads. So to get back to the keyword planner, what we want to go is to tools and settings in the top, and then the keyword planner under planning. So here we have our base. What we want to do is discover new keywords. So we'll click that. And then before we type in what we're looking for, we want to just make sure that our language and our location is set. So as I've said already multiple times, I'm in Germany, and for some reason there's probably a setting here somewhere that I can change this to automatically stay in English, but I'm alright with having to change this whenever I join in, whenever I log in. So I'm going to change our language to whichever language we're in. So if I was searching for German search terms, I could just leave it there, but as we're looking for an English search term currently, let's go with English. And the location is the how many searches are happening in that specific location, and it's that location based. So if your main audience is in Germany, or if your main audience is in England or in Australia or in Kenya or in America, what you want to do is just select that location from here, or you want to remove the targeted countries here and then just target the whole world. So I'm going to remove this and now save it, and it'll be on all locations. If you want to be specific just about a specific country, we can then just type in something like Netherlands. You can also search for specific regions in a country or specific cities, but let's just go with Netherlands, and you see now that's the area that's been selected. If we want to just target Rotterdam, for example, let's just type in Rotterdam, South Holland, and then we just have to get rid of Holland, the Netherlands, sorry, and get the entire part of that. Now you can see the Netherlands is no longer selected. Now we're just targeting the specific area of Rotterdam. But for this example, we want to target the whole world. So just hit the cancel button and leave it on all locations in English. And now we want to type in a basic keyword that we want to look for related, or basic search term, or whatever idea we have. So if I was looking for, pardon me, the mountain biking example, I would type in mountain biking or mountain bike and work from there. But let's look for something else. Let's go and type in something like yoga. And we can, if you want to exclude brand names, you can deselect this, but I'm fine with keeping brand names in. And if you want to use a specific domain as a filter, if you want to search around a specific website, then you can do that, but I don't see any point in doing that when we're looking for keywords. So let's get our search results, and now we'll get a variety of different options here. So we've got a lot of information now. So we've got yoga, our keyword that we provided. We can see how many times this keyword is searched for per month. So 1 to 10 million times per month. That is insane. And this competition, this is not particularly related to this search term. This doesn't mean that there are no people trying to target yoga. What this means is that there's the relation between how many people are being searched and the competition is quite low. But because this is quite a vague term, yoga, what we'd want to do is target something with a bit less searches and still a low amount of competition. So if we go through this, we can see a hatha yoga. It's a different type of yoga. Yoga with Adrienne. She is a yoga teacher on YouTube. And then hot yoga. So these are different types of yoga that we can make videos around. Ashtanga yoga and Vinyasa yoga, aerial yoga. We've got a medium amount of competition for that. And this yoga term is quite low competition, so it's not a very good example. So let's type in something like yoga for beginners in order to explain this, how you can use this tool a bit better. Yoga for beginners. So we're getting low to medium search terms here again. So all of these are actually good terms that we could target because there's not that much competition for the search volume. So yoga for beginners, weight loss yoga for beginners, morning yoga for beginners, these are all great search terms that we can then use, or great keywords that we can use if we want to make a YouTube video around that specific keyword. So yoga for beginners, YouTube, so that one is, we don't need to worry about that one. That is more specific for Google search results. But yoga classes for beginners, morning yoga for beginners, weight loss yoga for beginners, and starting yoga for beginners online. What we can do is look for videos that have, or look for search queries that have a low monthly searches and a low competition in order to find less competitive terms that we'd be able to rank for if we have a small channel. So we can go and type in a filter, and then we can choose here what we want to filter. What I want to do is have the competition down to low, and then we can go and look through all of the videos that have low amount of competition, and we can look for monthly searches that are between 100 to 1000, because these are generally videos that would have a decent amount of searches but a low enough amount of competition that we'd be able to rank for them quite easily. So 10-minute yoga for beginners, yoga for flexibility for beginners, yoga for overweight beginners, yoga for elderly beginners, yoga for beginners free. There are a variety of great search terms that we can look for. What I would recommend is to stick with search terms that are above 100 to 1000. So anywhere from here upwards. As you can see, these now are 10 to 100 searches per month. Local yoga class for beginners. Now that's local, so that's not going to give us any YouTube views, because local for you might be completely different for you, local for someone on the other side of the world, or not might be, it will be. Yoga splits for beginners, that could be a decent term, but that's got such a low amount of views. We'd look for something a little bit different in order to get more views from these average monthly searches. Now these are on Google searches, so they're not specifically YouTube, but a lot of the time that these searches will have a similar relation on YouTube as well. So we've got a variety of different options here. What we can do if we have more competitive keywords, so let's type in something like, let's say we have a tech channel, or we've got a tech channel, and we've got the latest Chromebook. We want to make some videos about Chromebooks. Let's see what options we can get. Let me just change the filters here. Let's get rid of that one. And we can see that our main Chromebook idea has got a high number of competition, with 1 million to 10 million monthly searches. So this is not going to be a good search term. This is a hit keyword if we look at the way this is. So you don't know, if someone's looking for Chromebook, they might not be looking for beginner tips or tutorials or something like that. Now if we look through here, all of these high search volume keywords have got a high amount of competition. So there may be best Chromebook, but these are all very short, very short keywords, very simple keywords. There aren't really many mid to long tail keyword phrases here. So let's scroll down a bit further. We've got Google Pixelbook i7 medium, and then we've got the Google Pixelbook 12-inch with a low competition, but that's very specific to this specific device. So unless we have that specific device, we wouldn't be able to make a video and try and capitalize on this, because that wouldn't be accurate content that we're providing, which will YouTube algorithm will notice that eventually, or not eventually, it will notice that quite quickly, and then it will penalize that specific video, and that video won't rank. And that could also penalize your channel so that you won't rank in future videos in this field, and for any other videos that you make for that matter. Now, what we can do here to get some more relevant views with relevant keywords, mid to long tail keywords with a good amount of competition, is we can type in that competition again here, and then we can have it match low to mid number of competition. So now we go through here and we see Google Chrome OS. The Chromebook runs on Chrome OS, so this could be a good keyword to target. You could do a tutorial on that. We could go iTunes for Chromebook. We could do another tutorial on that, how to install iTunes in a Chromebook. We've got a good number of searches there. We've got Chromebook Excel, so another tutorial. What else do we have here? Let's see. So Sims for Chromebook, iTunes for Chrome, Google Assistant on the Chromebook. You could make a video on Experience, PowerPoint for Chromebook. And then we've got some different types of Chromebooks here. And this could be another good way of just typing in something and getting started with it. So let's go Google Chromebook OS. We can go into our Google search, type that in, and see what other options we get you. Google Chrome OS download. So we can make a video how to download Google Chrome OS, and or Google Chrome versus Chromium OS. So these are different operating systems. In case this is all sounding like gibberish, this is an operating system OS, and these are different operating systems that Google Chrome could be compared against if you have that type of tech channel. And if we go, oops, let me just go back to that. If we go down here, maybe we have some videos, top stories. We have some videos here, and these here, you can see here, this is a short video from Google with 3 million views. So that's a good indication that this stuff does get some views. And this one over here, 35 minutes long. Okay, so that's more of a Android developer. That's not very well optimized. It's not a very well optimized video, if I'm honest. If we look into the tags here alone, there's not many long tail keywords, not many mid tail keywords in order to get people to view the specific video. This is more for people who are subscribed, and more a tutorial that people are subscribed for than someone looking to get more viewers that aren't subscribed to their channel. This is not a video looking to get new viewers. We put it that way. This is for existing viewers or existing customers, in case this company has a system, Android developers, so they could. This is for existing viewers. Let's go back here and look for something else. iTunes for Chromebook. And if we type that in here, iTunes for Chromebook. Alright. So we don't have any videos in that, so that wouldn't be a good one to target for. Specifically for Chrome OS, maybe, because that's a bit more specific to the Chrome OS. Okay, so we don't have any videos appearing for those, so those would be targeted. We wouldn't go for to get traffic from Google alone, but we may type that into YouTube and see what we get from YouTube. And let's see what our keyword score is. Do we get a decent amount of views? This is a fair one. We may, if we have some time, we may have a fair shot at getting some decent amount of views for this. If we look at the videos that are here with the amount of subscribers they have to the views, we can see that large channels aren't targeting this specific topic. So as a small channel, we can easily rank for this video and get a good number of views. Also, if we look here, this is the vidIQ in the vidIQ free extension that shows us the subscribers, and they also show us the like to dislike ratio of this video. So if we're making a video on this specific topic, what we can do is we can look at these videos and see what people dislike about them, because people generally write in the comments about what they dislike, or we can watch the video and find out for ourselves what we dislike, what they dislike about this, and then make a video that is better, or that targets the flaws that the people have mentioned in the comments, or the reason why they've disliked the video. And that could give us a very good chance then of appearing first for this specific keyword. Alright, so that's Chromebook, and that's Alexa speaking to me. Let me just go back to keywords. Pardon me. We have another tool that we can look at, and that is Google Trends. Google Trends is a useful tool for seeing if keywords are still relevant. So what we can do is type in something like, let's just look at it. Let's look at tentpole keywords first. So a tentpole keyword is just a keyword that gets a lot of traffic at a specific time of the year. For example, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, all of these things get a specific, Halloween, all of these get a specific, or get a large boom in traffic at a specific time per year. And this traffic happens every year. So this isn't something that, this is a evergreen piece of content that gets traffic for a few weeks to a few months every year. So let's look at Valentine's Day, for example. Let me type that correctly. Valentine's Day. Let's just type in Valentine's Day and not select anything. Let's just, oops, I cannot spell today. Valentine's Day. There we go. So this is now the last 12 months. This is now the Google Trends dashboard. So let me first explain what we're looking at. So here's our search term. Here we can pick which location the data is coming from. So this is now the United States. People searching for this information in the United States. This number that is appearing now here by Valentine's Day between February 10th and 16th is 100. And now you can see here, oops, now you can see here a week before that the information is now 29. Now that doesn't mean there's 29 searches. What that means is this is where the highest 100%, this is the peak amount of traffic is coming on this day. Over here we've got about 29% of the peak amount of traffic, and then here's 17% of the peak amount of traffic, etc. And now you can see that after Valentine's Day the traffic is also almost dead. Here we've got below 1, and that is a clear example of why this is now a tentpole keyword, because we've got this boom going up and then down. So this is forming a tent pole. So if we think of a circus tent, they've got these little poles like this. If we extend our interest here, because this is now 1 year, so these happen every year. If we go to 5 years, now we see these tent poles happen every year. So February 7th to 13th, February 8th to 14th, February 12th, February 11th, and then 10th to 16th, and you can see that these spikes happen every single year around the same time. And now what's useful about Google Trends for this, specifically tentpole content, is we can see when we should make content for a specific search term. So if you want to target Valentine's Day views, if you want to try and get people to view to your channel around Valentine's Day, if you have specific content for Valentine's Day, if you maybe have products for Valentine's Day, the best time to make content for Valentine's Day would then be at the beginning of this uprise. So here's when the peak views happen. So you want to have your content already ready here. So you don't want to make something over here, because then you'll miss out on all of this traffic over here. You'll still get the peak, but you won't have enough time for your video to build momentum and to start ranking for the keywords. So there's no point making a video the week before or the 3 days before Valentine's Day. You can capitalize on previous videos, But what you would ideally want to do is target this. Then here we've got December 30th, January 5th. So you want to target this at the beginning then of the year. So the first week of January to the second week of January, you want to start making videos. And then as you can see, the interest in Valentine's Day content increases as we get closer to Valentine's Day, and then it peaks here on the week in which Valentine's Day falls. And this is the same for Christmas. For Christmas, you've got for Christmas we have a much higher curve, because here we've got the shopping. People tend to shop for Christmas a month earlier, a month before Christmas, or 3 weeks. That's why we have Black Friday and these events that happen in November. So here we've got a bit of a dip here, and you can see here's the Christmas Black Friday shopping spree, and then the interest is still there. We've got 64% of the total interest, but it dips a bit and then it continues to pick up again, and then it peaks here on Christmas Day, or the week where Christmas falls around. If we look at the 5-year mark, we can see this is a spike that happens constantly. So we've got the Black Friday bulge, and then it slows down a bit and then it continues again. So you've got the bulge, slows down, and then continues again. So for Christmas content, you can start that in September already. If we look at this, if we look at these graphs here, so last year you could have started it, or in 2018 you could have started your content at the beginning of September. You could have still been able to start it at the end of October in order to capitalize on the Black Friday bulge, and keep creating content through to December, or through to the peak in December. And then as you see afterwards, it dies down quite quickly, and people move into the next bulge. As you can see, this dies down here in January, and from our previous example, Valentine's Day starts then. So if you're targeting specific holidays for your business, perhaps, or for your content, then you've got the next topic to go after. And after Valentine's Day, we've got Easter, and then you've got Mother's Day, and then you've got etc. Halloween and Thanksgiving, and all of these different holidays that you can then go after once these ones die down. And then the following year, your content can continue going up again, because if you make an evergreen piece of content, that's a piece of content that's still relevant in years to come, or in months to come afterwards, your videos will still get views, or get a good number of views next year. And that is that with Google Trends. Now, what we can do here is we can type in, let's see, what type of search term should we look at here? Let's go with camera tips. Okay, we can see the interest here, camera tips. It's gone down slightly over the past 5 years, but there's still a good interest here. What we can look at, before I forget, what we can look at, we can change this. This is now web search. So this is now relating to Google. What we can do is click web search and go down to YouTube search specifically. And now we can see we've got camera tips, and now we've got a decent amount of search volume. Something happened over here where the tips started to drop down here. I think this may be where maybe something to do with Google's algorithm. They made an algorithm change and something drastic happened here, as you can see, where different types of video was recommended. So that would be the only thing. So I'd go back, change this date to be the last year perhaps, or let's go to past 12 months and see how okay, so we've got a steady interest here at around 50%, 60% constant interest over time. So this would be a good camera tips. People are still interested in camera tips. There hasn't been a decrease in camera tip interest. What we can look for here is in the different regions, which regions are the most interested in the specific term, and we could make specific videos for that region if we'd like. What we can also do is go worldwide and look at the countries. So here we've got United States, Canada, South Africa at the bottom there. We've got India and Pakistan, Australia. We've got New Zealand. You can see which countries are the most interested in camera tips. So Singapore and South Africa, Philippines. South Africa, Singapore, and they've got a good majority of a large population that speak English, so those could be good countries to target for more views. And now we've got some similar related search terms and topics at the bottom here, so we can go through these topics and maybe get some ideas. Google camera topic, software testing, okay, photographer as occupation, how to become a photographer would be another search term then that we could think of. And if we go to the search queries here, we can look through these 25 queries. And we see there's a lot of mobile phone photography interest. See a breakout. This is just that it's a relatively new search term, and this is the interest over time. So you can see here that these are all videos that are still doing, or these are search terms that are still getting a lot of traffic. So that's the top 25. So let's go and make something more typing something more specific here. So let's go with how to become a photographer, maybe. Let's go with that. How to become a photographer. So that search query is also quite stable. South Africans, once again, we like to become photographers, it seems. I'm South African, by the way, so that's quite interesting for me also to learn how to become a good photographer. So that's a related term we could maybe use. But other than that, United States, yeah, they've got a decent amount of interest in it as well. What we can do is type this in to YouTube and see how many people are Googling this or typing this into YouTube, I mean. Look at the keyword score by TubeBuddy. And as we can see here, this is a good amount, 70,000 searches per month. There's a very good amount of search volume. It's quite competitive, but because there's so much search volume and there's a good amount of competition, but it's not maxed out here. So we've got one in orange and one in yellow, so that's the minimum requirements I mentioned previously for if this keyword is something that we should target or we could target, and that's a good keyword that we could target if we have a photography or camera tips related video or channel, sorry. So that's Google Trends. There's a lot more things you can do with that. It's a very nice tool if you want to start playing around with it, finding out some new keywords, finding out what people are searching for, if things are still up, if things are still trending. Let's just go and look at that again. Actually, there's a good example that you'll be able to see about whether people are still searching for something, and that's fidget spinners. So this is something that people were very interested in, and now you can see it's really dying down quite slowly. But in the last 12 months, it died down already. So let's go to the past 5 years and we'll see a big spike. Yeah, and there we've got the big spike of when fidget spinners were very popular, and then it died down. So if you're going to make anything about fidget spinners now, it's not really the time. People are not interested in fidget spinners anymore, as we can see here by the tail end here going down. All right. So let's go back to our slides and look at the next one, the TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer. So I've mentioned TubeBuddy as a tool here, as a little keyword score that it gives us. What we can do with TubeBuddy, the free extension for Chrome, we can open it. So over here on YouTube, you'll have a little TubeBuddy button. This is their logo. You can click that. It'll open up your dashboard. You can see this is my free account. I'm using the paid one, but I've just logged into this one for the free account so that I don't show you anything that you wouldn't be able to do with the free version. So this is purely all things that you can use free tools for. There's nothing that I've actually used here that you'd have to pay for. So we click the Keyword Explorer. Let me just do that again. See, here's popular tools and features, and you've got Keyword Explorer. Launch Keyword Explorer now, or we can go to the Keyword Explorer on this drop-down list. Keyword Explorer. Whoops, and I clicked a button there. I don't want to search for whales. Let me just go back and do that again, because I clicked that and I couldn't explain what we're landing on. So here's where you would type in a based keyword, where you're going to start off and then start looking for some good keywords and what you might be able to rank your videos for. At the bottom here, we've got the trending list, so we can pick a specific country. I just picked the United Kingdom here for an example, and we can see some keywords here that people are searching for currently on Google and on YouTube in the United Kingdom. So you might find something here that your channel could take advantage of, but generally it's normally about the news and things that are quite popular in your location or the country that you have it set to here. So let's go to the keywords, and then we can look for specific keywords. So let's go back with yoga, and then we can we got some options here. So space, let's yoga practice. Let's see, yoga practice, if that gives us anything. Okay, so we get a keyword score here. Although this keyword is searched very often, it is bad to target because it's extremely competitive and hard to rank for. So if we look here, search volume is good, but competition is very bad. And then we can see here, optimization strength. This is one of the benefits of TubeBuddy. It tells us also how well the top ranking videos for this specific keyword are optimized. So this number represents how well optimized the top ranking videos are for the search phrase. So we can see they're ranked reasonably well, but if it wasn't quite as competitive, if the channels were not quite as large as they are, we would have a chance of optimizing videos better and performing better and ranking above these videos in for this specific keyword. Beneath optimization strength, we have the number of videos in search results, and that's just the total number in the search results. And then this is the more important one, that's the number of searches per month. So this shows you 38,000 searches per month. So that just shows that there's a high amount of search volume, or a good amount of search volume. This bar doesn't always show up, so sometimes one or two of these bars may not appear for a specific keyword because there's not, for some reason, TubeBuddy doesn't have the information, or there may not be enough searches, or I'm not entirely sure why that does not show up, but that sometimes does not show up, just as a heads up on that. So you would have your related video searches here, but yoga practice does not seem to be the best search term. So let's go with yoga for beginners and see what we get. Oh, that's quite strange. So, well, we've got this here, the number of search per month, 1.4 million. So this is a very highly searched video, but again, we've got so much competition, it's going to be very difficult to rank for this video if we have a small, medium-sized channel, or a small, medium-sized channel with a good amount of engagement. It may not do the trick in order to rank for this specific term. So we'll need to go and specify, or use a longer tail keyword, or use a different mid-tail keyword that has less competition. So let's see if we have some suggestions from the web. Okay, so we have yoga for beginners classes. Maybe type that in. So just click that. And now we've got a good lead here. So yoga for beginners classes. If you're a yoga teacher and you're looking for ideas now on YouTube, what videos to make, or how to advertise your class or your course, if you've got an online course, for example, or if you teach yoga classes, then this could be a video that you create, and then you'd go yoga for beginners classes in XYZ where you are. And then if there's a lot of people looking for that on on Google, they'd then come to YouTube, they'd see that you're a good teacher, and then they may go and go to your website, look where you are, sign up for your classes, and come to your classes, or they may sign up for your online course, and you can generate an income like that. But that is a topic for another time. So if we look at the TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer here, we've got a score analysis. We've got a search volume here, which tells us there's a good amount of search volume. We saw previously that 38,000 was giving us around the yellow mark. So this one's a little bit worse than that. So it's probably in the 25,000 mark. Now, this is not, that's not exact. This is estimation, but because this is in the orange plus bar section, this is a good keyword that you would be able to target. What you also see here is the competition. There's a good amount, but a medium amount of competition that you could still rank for this quite well. So previously I said you should target something, at least one that's orange plus, and the other one then should be at least yellow plus, and we've got that connection here, so that's good. What we have against us though is the optimization strength. So the videos that are ranking the top of these for this specific search term, they've been optimized quite well. It's not maxed out here, so there's room for improvement, but they've been optimized quite well. So there could be a bit of a challenge to rank for that, but because of the competition, the amount of competition and the search volume, if we have some good long tail keywords, we'll be able to rank for this mid tail keyword when we get some momentum with those long tail keywords. So next we'd look for some long tail keywords. So yoga for beginners. Let's go with yoga poses maybe for beginners. What I'm actually looking for here is to get some related options, but for some reason or another, these are not giving us very many related options. We can go to the web searches for beginners, and then we're getting some suggestions, but in terms of our video searches, we're not getting many suggestions, which is quite strange. So yoga, web searches, let's go yoga for weight loss perhaps. Okay, that's another good search term. We've got a high amount of search volume and a moderate amount of competition, so this would be a great term to go after. We've also got optimization, where they've optimized quite well, very good, but there's still room for improvement, as you can see. And 500,000 searches per month on YouTube, so that is a great number to go after. So let's go yoga for weight loss for beginners. So let's click on that and see what we get for that. And again, we've got the yellow and orange, so that's good. A decent amount of searches. Optimization is again the problem here, but that's something that we can target with these long tail keywords once we get some good yoga for weight loss for beginners. Okay, so let's go and say yoga lessons, perhaps. Alright, so yoga may be a bit of a different topic. Let's go back to Google first. Let's see what they have to say about yoga for beginners. Meditation for beginners. What did they have to say about yoga in general? So we have that yoga with Adrienne. Morning yoga. Whoops. Let me just go back into our keyword explorer and let's go and type in morning yoga. So you can see we're using multiple tools here. There's multiple free tools to find more keywords that we can use to make videos about and to increase. So now we've got some options here on the related video searches. So competition, very high. Search volume is also very good though. So this is a specific term we can look to explore. Morning yogas for energy. Morning yogas for beginners. So let's type that in. Now we've got a good rating here, which is great. Got an orange, a green. They've been optimized quite well, but we've got some options here. Morning yogas for beginners. So because this video's got good optimization strength, what we'll do is target a video with a bit of a longer tail keyword. So not to rank for this mid tail keyword, we're going to try and use this longer tail keyword, which should have less competition, to increase the video's performance with this. But because this is this is very related to the specific midtail keyword, when we start getting views for this, it'll improve this keyword's performance as well. So YouTube, sorry, will start giving us views for this specific keyword as well. So let's go and type in morning, or let's just click that and see what's what. So that's fair. All right, so competition's quite low, but the search volume's also, it's not the best, but this is something we can use in order to rank for that longer or that midtail keyword. So morning yogas for beginners, flexibility, let's look at that one. Okay, this one has got also orange and orange. It's not the best, but it's two different long tail keywords I would be able to use to rank for this midtail keyword. Morning yogas for beginners in bed, that one's a little much worse. So let's just go yogas for beginners. We get rid of the morning, go yogas for beginners, and then we can go and look at your night yogas, maybe a variable. So if we make a different video, we might go for something like night yoga. Night yoga for beginners. Okay, so we can see now that these are videos that have a lot of competition, so they're not quite there yet. But depending on your specific channel, we could then go and click on the weighted view, but then we need to upgrade first. The upgrade is not very expensive, so let me just show you that before I go. You can see here you've got $9 a month, $12, $19 a month, $49 a month. You pretty much only really need the $9 a month unless you want some of the more advanced features of the Legend, or Star is also quite good with the bulk processing. But for the keyword planner, you'll get all the features with Pro, and you can get it if you've got less than 1,000 subscribers or you want to pay per year. You can get a discount on these just by clicking this button. So Pro, you can get up to 50% off just by clicking on that. I have less than 1,000 subscribers if you have less than 1,000 subscribers. If you want the Star though and you want to pay per year, you can save on that as well. By just clicking that option, you'll save 20% on that. But that is that. Let me get back to our example. You can see now this is another term then that we may, if we get a good weighted score, we could use this and target this. So if we've got a channel on yoga already and we're already getting views from people interested in yoga, then we could target this because we have an audience that's interested in this topic already, and if we have a decent amount or a couple of hundred subscribers, we may have a good chance of ranking for this because there's a decent amount of competition, but there's still a decent amount of search volume for this specific topic. But we want to target the orange and yellows, or at least orange and yellow plus. So let's go back to yoga and let's look at the yoga searches, yoga poses, web searches for 2 people. Now this keyword is not competitive at all. Okay, that is great. Yoga poses for 2 people. So we found a pretty great term here that we can look for. If you are a yoga teacher and you're offering, if you're doing some yoga poses for 2 people, this could be a good term to go after because there's a high number of search volume. As we can see here, 428,000 searches per month. Competition is quite high, or competition is quite low, sorry. And optimization strength is where the problem lies here. But because there's so much search volume, there's a good chance you'll get views even if you're not ranked at number 1 or 2. And by optimizing your video well, your video will start climbing the top of that pile. So with the Keyword Explorer, what you can also do is look at what are the actual results, what comes up in YouTube's search page by clicking results. So you've got partner yoga workout, couples or partner yoga. You can see the top ranking channel. So this specific channel has 3 videos in the 30 search results that appeared here. And if you've signed into your account, you'll also see how many of your videos are appearing in the top 30 search results. So you can go through these and see what are people actually what are people actually typing in, what are people targeting, partner poses. So partner is something that seems to be a good keyword that we could then go and investigate further. So as you can see now, there are so many useful search terms or useful tools that you can use to find different keywords for free for your YouTube videos, and using Google, TubeBuddy, and YouTube, you can get almost an endless amount of ideas and videos that people are looking for, and there's not that much, or there isn't as much competition for you. And all you have to do, as you can see with this YouTube poses for 2 people, you just have to be persistent in order to find something that has a great amount of search volume with a low amount of competition on whichever medium you're using to search for. Before I go though, let me just go through the rest of these top tabs. At the trending tab here on the top, this just shows us YouTube's trending data. So this one, they aren't giving us much information. Let's just go with YouTube poses and it'll show you trending data. Historical data. That gives us the YouTube Google Trends. So there was something that happened in terms of the algorithm, because that's the only thing that really explains when a steep drop like this happens at once and then it continues being secure. This only gives us the last 12 months though. So what we can do is we can go to the Google Trends by clicking Google Trends. And if we want to get some more information, we can click past 5 years and then it'll show us the past 5 years and how that's been going. So something happened over here in terms of Google's algorithm. I suspect this was something to do with one of the adpocalypse things, because of the partner exercises. So this may be something that Google stopped showing quite as often as they were before, because of certain users manipulating the system. So you may want to Google that if you want some more information on that specific topic, but that's not quite something I'm going to go into in this video. Just Google the YouTube adpocalypse, and there should be quite a variety of information for you to skim through and see what went down around this time, the beginning of 2019. Alright, so that's the Keyword Explorer, one of the tools that you can use. YouTube search bar, Google's autofill and related searches, Google's keyword planner, Google Trends, and the TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer. All are great tools, great free tools for you to find great keywords for your channel. That's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.